everybody, welcome back to another video and welcome to, I believe, episode 7 of Book Box Battle. So today I have got the two book boxes, Fairyloot Romantsy, Fairyloot Adult. So I don't have a Lumicrate with me because I've only just had my update saying that they are checking addresses, which means my box won't be mailed for 2 weeks. It's the 31st of July today. I want to get this started because if I'm totally honest, I want to include these two in my July haul. So I'm not hanging around. I'm not waiting another 2 weeks for a Lumicrate to turn up because I can't be bothered. Also, this is my last Romantsy box. I have decided that I am cancelling my Fairyloot Romantsy subscription. Of the books I've had so far, one of their, what have we had? I think this is going to be my 4th book. So of the 3 I've had so far, 2 didn't really intrigue me at all. One of them did intrigue me enough to read it and I've unhauled. So I don't feel like the book picks are picks that I'm particularly excited by. I've had a look at the upcoming ones and I've had a look at spoilers, and again, there aren't any that I'm massively excited by. And to be totally honest, if there is a book that sounds great, it intrigues me, it's been a pick, it intrigues me, and that there's great reviews around it, I'll just go to the shop and buy it. So I also have got too many subscription boxes and I needed to cull at least one. So this is the last hour. I just hit myself in the face. Romantsy getting its own back. This is going to be the last Romantsy box I get. But I do still have my adult Fairyloot and a Lumicrate for now. They are not off out of the woods. I'm still debating whether I need subscriptions to adult Fairyloot and a Lumicrate, but I'm going to get into all of that and my thoughts on that later because I'm just going to start now. So with that, actually let me tell you what we're doing. Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place today, aren't I? It's very hot. That's my excuse. So if you haven't seen Book Box Battle before, I'll leave the playlist somewhere. Basically this is where I unbox my book boxes for the month. I then pull a couple of titles from the jar, which is every book I've got in a book box that I have not yet read. I then do a first chapter challenge on I'm going to pick 3 books out of the jar, so it'll be the 5 books that I have got, so my 2 new ones and 3 old ones, and I read the one that intrigues me the most. The idea of this is A, are the book boxes worth my money? B, am I actually getting me to actually read the books that come in the book boxes? So let's get going. Let's start off with Romantsy. I do know what this book is because again I spoil myself on all of them. It's a bit of a crap bit of padding, isn't it? So the spoiler card is Monstrous Secrets, and the book, we throw the box on the floor. The book has got navy sprayed edges, it's upside down, pretty stencil edges that side, and it is The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind. Just bare underneath. Was this the one that was supposed to have artwork underneath and didn't? I can't remember. Again, we have got like foiling on the hardback. There is a design behind which you can't really see very well. The naked hardback is very pretty. We've got artwork on the end papers, which is different each side, and it is signed. There's a bound-in author letter, and that's all of the exciting bits, there's no math. I would just read out the synopsis. Street thief Kirsa should have known something wasn't right. Now she's trapped in a library with a monster. And this man, this being, filled with terrible power and darkness, is well within his rights to kill her. By trespassing, Kirsa has broken the fragile peace treaty between monsters and humans, but instead of killing her, Graves does the unexpected. He offers her a job, a chance to find out who she really is. Kirsa has always known she's different, that she can do things a little better, a little faster, And then there's that sense that she has when danger is only a breath away. But if the old tales are true, then there are worse things in the world than monsters. This does sound intriguing. I believe it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And it's got a cat on the cover. Yay! And Fairyloot Adults. The spoiler card for this one is Living Legends. I had forgotten what this book was. Again, I know I've been spoiled for them all anyway because I look up spoilers, but I'd forgotten about this one. So we have got pretty end papers all the way around, nice sprayed edges all the way around. The book is The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. Believe this is a completely different cover. I'll overlay it there, what the original looks like. Judging by the card, I imagine the original is orangey. I actually don't remember this book at all. I have no recollection of this book. This is the naked hardback. It is gilded and it's got a kind of flame motif on it with a phoenix on the back. End papers. End papers. It has a bound-in author letter. There is a map. And it is not signed. The author letter has got a signature on it though, so yeah, the author letter has a signature, but it's not actually hand signed. There is also the alternative dust jacket. Which is quite similar actually. Similar colourways at least anyway. Let me just read out the synopsis. The three kingdoms are at war, but Malin's father refuses to answer the imperial draft. Trapped by his opium addiction, he plans to sell Malin for her dowry instead. But when she discovers that her husband-to-be is violent and ill-tempered, she decides to take matters into her own hands. The very next day she disguises herself as a boy and enlists in her father's place. In the army, Malin's hard work brings her recognition, friendship and a growing closeness with Sky, a prince-turned-training partner. But as her kingdom barrels towards destruction, Malin must decide who to trust. Sky, who inspires her loyalty and love, a sea dragon spirit with the power to grant her impossible magic, or an infuriating enemy prince who makes her question everything she once knew about her kingdom, her loyalty and her own heart. An epic fantasy retelling of Mulan, perfect for fans of the Poppy War and Six Crimson Cranes. I was going to say it sounds like Mulan. Mulan retelling and a Beauty and the Beast retelling. We've got a Disney month. Yay. Of these two, the When in the Holly Library intrigues me slightly more than The Night Ends with Fire. I really have no recollection of The Night Ends with Fire. I feel like it's one I would probably have skipped. No clue how that's happened. But we are going to pick 3 books out of the jar and then I'm going to start and go and do my first chapter challenge. So, going with one from the top of the jar, which is the Jassad Air. Okay, we'll get him in a minute. One from sort of the middle, which is that Song of Silver? Song of Silver, Flame Like Night. All right, and then one right down at the bottom. That one, which is Nectar of the Wicked. That was last month's Fairyloot Romantsy. Let me get those ones and I'll come back. Okay, I've got my books here and I've piled them up in what I think is going to be the order I'm going to be most intrigued by. I'm honestly unsure on these ones because, well, because I just am. I think The Night Ends with Fire is going to be at the bottom. I don't feel like the synopsis massively calls to me. Similarly, Song of Silver, Flame Like Night, I think is going to be 4th. Again, I just don't think the synopsis is intriguing to me at the moment. I'm not really in like an Asian fantasy mood. I feel like there's like, yeah, I just feel like the Asian fantasies that I'm getting in book boxes mainly aren't ones that are intriguing me right now. They may in the future. It's not that the books don't sound good, it's just I'm not in the mood right now. I'm then putting the When in the Holly Library. This could, honestly, the top 3 could go in any order. This could be number 1, it could be number 3, I don't know. I'm just putting it in 3rd because I feel like it's, well, I don't really know where I am. Nectar of the Wicked I'm putting in 2nd. Again, this could go anywhere. The reason I'm putting 2nd, this came last month and I read the first chapter last month. I feel like if I don't read it now, I am never ever going to read that book. And I've heard some really mixed reviews. My friend Juliana has told me, burn this book, it is the worst thing she's ever read. Honestly, when people say that, I'm like, I want to read it now. So negative reviews, send them my way because they tend to actually intrigue me. But I've also heard some people, I think Aaron from Booked and Busy has read it and said it was really good. So I don't really know what to think on this one. It could go either way. So in number 1, I'm tentatively putting The Jasad Air by Sarah Hashim. I have no idea. I've heard good things about it, but I feel like this one came out with like a mild amount of fanfare and then has been quietly forgotten. I don't feel like there's people still talking about this book, yet it might be one, it might be, I have heard some good things about it. I'm really unsure. I have no idea what I'm going to think on these ones, but this is what my pile is looking like. This is my predictions. And here, that's a really awkward angle, here are the very pretty edges. So these books are all chunky as well. That's fun. I'm going to go and read my first chapters. I actually think Nectar of the Wicked is the only one of these where I have read a first chapter from it before. I think all of the rest I have not opened. I might have read a first chapter of Song of Silver a long time ago, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I'm going to go and read the first chapters of these 5. I will let you know my thoughts on them as I read them, and we'll pick a book for me to read. See you in a bit. Right, it's the following day, okay? I didn't do this yesterday, but you are currently going to be getting Multitasking Queen, where I'm going to be reading my first chapters while I meet. Come back to you when I've read my first chapter of the first one, which is The Night Ends with Fire. If I have any salad in my teeth, let's just pretend it's not there, okay? We're just going to ignore it and we'll okay, no, we're just going to be... Okay, I've read the first chapter of The Night Ends with Fire. I'm not feeling it. It's a Mulan retelling. Very, very, very obviously a Mulan retelling. Except the father, rather than like, whereas in Mulan, she goes to war to stop herself being married and also to kind of protect her father. In here, her father's just an abusive drug addict who refuses to go to war, so presumably she's going because she has to. So I don't think I'll be reading this one. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to keep this one because I don't know why I didn't skip it, in all honesty. I thought I had skipped it. So next up, Song of Silver, Flame Like Night, and we'll see how we get on. Alright, first chapter of Song of Silver, Flame Like Night. This one is more intriguing. I enjoyed this first chapter. However, it feels like it's going to be a bit heavy in terms of like world building and everything else for me at the moment. I don't know. It was intriguing, but I'm not sure that it's one that I'm like, yes, I need to read right now. So, I mean, it's the top of the pile of 2 so far, but it's probably going to be, we'll see. It depends totally on what the other ones are. Book 3, The When in the Holly Library. Let's see how we get on. All right, chapter 1 of The When in the Holly Library. This one is intriguing me. I mean, really, I've got 2 more books to go through, but The When in the Holly Library is definitely top of the pile. seems most intriguing so far. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. I'm going on to Nectar of the Wicked. I read chapter 1 last month, so I'll be reading chapter 2 this time. Chapter 2 of Nectar of the Wicked. I think it's going down there underneath Song of Silver Flame like night. It could intrigue me, but it's just not right now. So, battery's flashing. I'm going to read the first chapter of the Jassad Air and change my battery, and then we'll let you know. Okay, I've read the first chapter of the Jassad Air, and honestly, I'm unsure now, because both of these have intrigued me. I think I'm probably going to go with The Wren in the Holly Library, because I think this is going to be a quick, fun read. I actually think this will be really interesting, but I think it's going to be a bit more of a slow-paced read right now. I read a lot in July. I think I've read like 16, 17 books, and I've read a lot of quite chunky fantasies. It was a very, very heavy, fantasy-heavy month. So I don't want to read something now that, like, I'm not really in the mood to read something that is really requiring too much brain power. I want something that's a little bit lighter. So I think I'm going to go with The Wren in the Holly Library. But this is my stack. So Wren in the Holly Library would be the one I pick. If by some miracle I finish that, I'll move on to the Jassad Air. Then Song of Silver, Nectar of the Wicked, and The Night Ends with Fire. It's very unlikely to be read. Honestly, I'm going to be totally straight with you now. The Night Ends with Fire might end up on an unhaul pile near us quite soon. Like I said, I don't know why I've got it, because the synopsis doesn't do anything for me. It really makes me wonder why I didn't cancel it. I need to check my records, because I feel like I did cancel it. I'm perplexed by that one, because I feel like I would have cancelled it. Odd. So yeah, The Night Ends with Fire, I honestly don't even know if it's gonna make the shelves. But we will be reading The Wren in the Holly Library and hopefully enjoying it. So I'm going to be taking that one back down to Devon with me over the weekend, reading it then, and we'll come back to you with some thoughts when I've read something.
Much later.
Hello. Quick update of the Wren in the Holly Library. I am this far through. I'm about 50% through. I'm kind of enjoying it, I think. So I'm saying that in a very kind of like confused way, because we've got a main character, Kierce, not Kiersha, which is how I thought it was pronounced, Kierce, like Pierce. She is a thief. She tried to rob this thing off this guy. He caught her. He is a monster. He's called Graves. They now live together. She fancies him. And like, she's kind of like falling for him very quickly, which is a bit weird. I know this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And Bracken, stop scratching, Bubba. And I feel like, no, stop it. Stop it. Good girl. Bracken's got a flea allergy, and we've been at my parents' and she got bitten by a flea and is now very, very itchy. She doesn't have any fleas. She's just scratching because she's allergic to them. Anywho, not important. Yeah, so this was Beauty and Beast retelling, and I'm definitely seeing that. But I feel like we're not getting this sort of, I guess, really the tension from Beauty and the Beast. She's willingly moved in. She's pretty much free to come and go. She comes and goes as she wants anyway. There isn't this sort of kidnapping vibe that there is in Beauty and the Beast. Graves isn't really beastly. He's a very attractive man who's just like, well, I want you to stay here with me because it's safer. You know, like there's not that kind of I'm keeping you. There's not that sort of possessive element, which there kind of is in Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, I'm at about 50% way. I'm expecting the smut to start smutting soon. I don't really have very much to say, to be honest. I am enjoying it. I'm finding it a fun read. It's an easy read. It's like, well, yeah, it's a fun, easy read. I don't really have much more than that to say. This week it is the literature readathon, so I am actually kind of putting this one to one side for a week and focusing on other books, just because I've set myself a rather ridiculous 6-book TBR to read in 7 days. So I'm not going to get that done if I'm reading a different book that doesn't fit. So that's Bella squeaking. I know. You hungry? Always. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to come back to you. That's enough. And talk to you more about the one in the Holly Library, but that's my update. It's fine so far. Hello. I don't know how long it's been since I've updated you. I don't know if I've updated you at all. But it is Friday the 9th today. I'm at about the 50% mark in the one in the Holly Library. And I'm liking this. There was definitely a question mark at the end of that sentence, wasn't there? Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like it's fine. I am wearing pajamas, by the way. I realise that I look a bit naked, but I'm not. Yeah, I am enjoying this book, but I feel like no plot has really started. There's not been any romance yet. And like while we've geared up to the plot, we've put the paving stones in place for the plot. We haven't actually started the plot. I don't know if that made sense. It makes sense in my head. Like that you can see where the plot is going to be, but the actual action hasn't happened. So I do feel like there's quite a lot to happen in the last 50%, because not only have we got to do the whole plot, but we've also got to do the whole romance. I don't know if this is a series or a standalone. Something higher. Like I said, the plot, I can see what the plot points are there. They're not yet the most exciting plot points. It's not something that I've it's not original. It's not something that I've never read before. Saying that, like I said, I'm getting on with the book. It's fine. It's not going to be a new favourite, but also it's not going to be like a DNF or anything. I feel like once the action kicks in and she goes to steal this spear and the romance starts romancing, I might enjoy it a little bit more. It's just at the moment it's a bit plodding, I guess. So yes, that's my update with the one in the Holly Library. Today is Friday. I don't know when this vlog's going out, because I've gotten all over with my vlog kind of pattern, and I don't know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it or anything, in fact. Because I'm at the same time this week. It's the 9th today. This week is the literature readathon, so I'm also doing a literature readathon reading vlog to go out probably at the end of this week. I don't really know. I haven't even posted like this week. I basically need to have like a filming day and an editing day, which I should probably do this weekend, and just get everything done and scheduled and sorted. I don't know what all this is about, but I haven't. I've been not doing that. So yeah, that's my kind of update, I guess. I am going to try and read a bit more of the one in the Holly Library at the moment. The thing is, I'm not gearing towards picking it up. That is my main problem, is while I'm having an okay time reading it, I'm not gravitating towards picking it up. I'm kind of like, yeah, could read that. Could also not read that. Yeah, it's fine. So, yeah, that's my... Hey, as I'm still doing the book box battle vlog, I figured let's do an Illumicrate unboxing while it's here. It's only just arrived. Today's the 12th of August. I've still not finished reading. They're when in the Holy Library. And yeah, Illumicrate is about 3 weeks late. So I'm just going to do a very, very quick unboxing. Theme is Magical Menagerie. Oh, that's quite fun to say. Fling that out. First thing I see are little magnetic bookmarks. These are the hidden ones of Losland. I think this is going to be Emily Wilde. Yeah, inspired by Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I haven't read that book. I don't really like magnetic bookmarks. Personal preference, I just don't. So they will probably go... Actually, I've got a friend who loves that series, so I'll probably give them to her. What is this? Oh, a lipstick holder. My friend has one of these and I was like, that's so cool. Oh, this is so cool. So you put like lipsticks in here and you've got a little mirror. Up. Yes, like that. This is the Night Zoo lipstick holder inspired by Beasts of Prey. Got this logo on it. I like that one. That's cool. Throw that away. A Phoenix Keeper desk mat. I'm not going to unroll it. I've got one of these ones. They sent us one the other, not very long ago. It was purple. I don't know when it came. Yeah, I'm not going to take it out, but that's quite good. Like it's a useful item. I just don't know if I need to have 2 big desk mats. And oh, I have this. So this is a reading journal. I think it is blank. Multi-fandom reading journal. Okay, it's probably not blank then. As usual, I'm just going to fling stuff on the floor. Oh, this isn't what the other one's like. So they sent a this size blank journal, which I use every day. I really like this one. Okay, we've got shelves to colour in. Oh, a really good amount of shelves. Book of the month. I like that. Illumicrate reading challenge. I really like that. Reading goals. Oh, I'm obsessed with this. A dragon from Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Monthly TBR. Your reading log. Oh my god, there is so much space as well. Reading tracker, haul. I'm gonna need more bits than that for a haul. Monthly reviews are just really nice kind of one-line reviews. 8, 16 for a month. I think that's fairly good. Monthly wrap-up, 5-star reads, genres. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with this. That's a little thingy from the Bone Shard Daughter. A Wolf from the Farseer trilogy. Love that. Percy Jackson. We've got the unicorn, whose name I don't remember. These creepy things from Fathom Folk. Clearly I know what all of these things are. I'm really liking this one. A Sphinx maybe from the David trilogy. A Phoenix from the Poppy War. That thing from Children of Blood and Bone. A dragon from Priory of the Orange Tree. A skeleton from Nettle and Bone. A crow thing from Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And I think that's the last one. The god from Godkiller. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. Oh my gosh, so good. There's a series tracker at the end. Yearly wrap up. So that's got like total pages, books read, pages read, reading goals, genre. Oh my god, absolutely obsessed. A book bracket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only half a book bracket, unless the other half's somewhere else. I don't know. I am obsessed. Adore that. That is by far my favourite item, by a long way. Fling that away. The book of the month. Book of the month is The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. McLean. We've got very pretty sprayed edges which go all the way around with what I assume are phoenixes on there. Ooh. Okay, naked hardback is very, very pretty. The end papers are very, very pretty. It is signed. There's a bound-in author letter. There's a map. Okay, this book excites me. Let's read out the synopsis. Oh, the synopsis is really long. Okay, right, come on. As head phoenix keeper at a world-renowned zoo for magical creatures, Ayla's childhood dream of conserving critically endangered firebirds seems closer than ever. There's just one glaring caveat. Her zoo's breeding program hasn't functioned for a decade. When a tragic phoenix heist sabotages the flagship initiative at a neighbouring zoo, Ayla must prove her derelict facilities are fit to take the reins. But saving an entire species from extinction requires more than stellar animal handling skills. Carnivorous water horses, tempestuous thunderhawks, mischievous dragons, Ayla has no problem wrangling beasts. Inspiring zoo patrons? That's another story. Mustering the courage to ask for help from the hotshot griffin keeper at the zoo's most popular exhibit? Virtually impossible. Especially when that hotshot griffin keeper happens to be her arch rival from college, Luciana, an annoyingly brooding and insufferable know-it-all with the grace of a basilisk and the face of a goddess who's convinced that Ayla's beloved phoenix would serve their cause better as an active performer rather than a passive conservation exhibit. With the world watching and the threat of poachers looming, Ayla's success is no longer merely a matter of keeping her job. She is the keeper of the phoenix, and the future of a species now rests on her shoulders. There's just one thing she has to remember. She is also not alone. Against an epic fantasy backdrop, teeming with all of your favourite mythical beasts, from dragons and unicorns to kelpies and krakens, the Phoenix Keeper combines the cosy fantasy stakes of T.J. Klune and Travis Bulgy with the heartwarming and contemporary romance of Alice Oseman and Casey McQuiston. Oh, that sounds fantastic! This is kind of giving me Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them vibes, but, you know, without all of the many, many, many issues around there. I'm excited to read this one. I wish this had come in time for me to actually put it in the book box battle, because I think I would have probably read it. But yeah, that book sounds amazing. Favourite item is, of no surprise, probably this one. I'm obsessed. I am absolutely obsessed with this. I'm very excited to use it next year. Anyway, that's my unboxing. The Phoenix Keeper, I think I will put it in the running for next month's book box battle, against, you know, the other next month's Illumicrate and Fairyloot as well. So I will also give you an update on the one in the Holly Library at some point, but I haven't read anything of it. Hello, it's Monday. This vlog has taken me a very long time. I am at the page 200-ish mark of the Run in the Holly Library. I'm at 50%, and I've just read a line which honestly is so just like, yeah, that I could DNF. I am incredibly petty, and I could DNF because that line is so bad. That line, brace yourself. He nipped at the nipple. There's a lot of things wrong with that sentence. First of all, nipped and nipple, like, use a different word, find a thesaurus. The nipple, no, this nipple is attached to a woman's body. So let's say her nipple at least. So yeah, nipped at the nipple, no. Also, just while I'm ranting on this sex scene has basically come out of nowhere. There's not been any flirting, there's not been any tension. So what has happened in this scene so far is Keir Graves and Graves' mate, Kingston, were having a chat in the library, drinking some bourbon. Keir fell asleep. She woke up when Graves put a blanket around her and he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. And she's like, oh, it's okay. And then climbs on top of him and fucks him. There's been no lead up to this. It was as if it was like, right, oh, hang on, you need to insert a sex scene here. I'm just not enjoying it. This book has taken me so long to read as well, and it's not even that long. When did I even start it? 1st of August. It's taken me 12 days to read 200 pages. Basically, I don't want to pick this book up. I kind of feel like that means it has to be a DNF, really, doesn't it? It's not going to get more than like a 3-star. Am I intrigued by the story enough to continue reading? Not really. I feel like I am incredibly pro DNF, and honestly, life is too short to read all of the good books. Why are we wasting time on the books that aren't going to be great? But also, I kind of get FOMO, and because I've started something, I want to finish it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I might read like another chapter, and if there's anything else that just makes me want to throw this book across the room, I will be DNFing. Honestly, I am glad that I have cancelled my Fairyloot Romantsy subscription. I'm sorry. But yeah, of the books that we've had 4. 2, the first one, Law of the Wilds, I have 0 interest in. Curse of Blood and Wolves was awful. I've unhauled it. This one is going to most likely be a DNF. And the third one, Nectar of the Wicked, it's come up twice. Well, It's been twice in a first chapter challenge, and neither times is it intrigued me enough to actually want to continue reading. And I know that's not necessarily fair, because there's other books that, like The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, has come up about 5 times. And I feel like I will read Nectar of the Wicked, but honestly, I could read it on KU, because it's still on KU. And that does make me just feel a little bit... It feels like I'm paying 20 odd quid for a book which is available on KU. That kind of annoys me. I was expecting the books in the Fairyloot Romantsy subscription to be the same quality as the books in the Fairyloot YA or adult subscription. So, at very least, be new releases. Not a single Romantsy book as a new release. They might be like traditionally published, but most of them have been out for a couple of years. So yeah, I was expecting like new releases and quality books, and I feel like we've just got very pretty, like absolutely stunning, like very, very pretty editions of not very good books. And it's the inside that counts. I don't want like a stunning edition of a crap book. I'd rather have an ugly edition of a great book. Well, actually not, if I'm paying Fairyloot prices for it, if I'm totally honest. So yeah, not impressed with the Romantsy subscription, hence why I have cancelled it. And I feel like both Fairyloot and Illumicrate at the moment, they're opening so many new subscription boxes. So like Illumicrate's got their romance one, their sci-fi, romance, horror, the standard one, and they've got a sci-fi one coming. Fairyloot have got YA, adult, romantasy, and they've got like epic fantasy coming. And I feel like they're all trying to do too much. And like Fairyloot particularly concerns me with their epic fantasy, because even though I'm fairly certain I know what the first book is going to be, and I'm very excited for that book, and I will also sign up for the subscription, but what's going to then end up being in adult if it's not epic? You know, if it's not high fantasy, it's not romantasy, it's not YA, what are you putting in the adult box? Like I feel like the adult box is going to kind of just go downhill, which is a shame. I'll be honest, I'm on the fence on the adult box still, because I'm also on the fence with the Illumicrate, because there hasn't been enough hits with either for me to be like, yeah, this is worth spending my like 50 quid a month on. It's a lot of money. So yeah, after that whole like little heart to heart, I'm going to read another chapter. I'm going to see how I get on then. And then this one is quite possibly going to end up being a DNF, and I am quite sad about it. I'll let you know what I do in probably like the next half an hour. It's about 10 minutes and 2 chapters later, and yeah, I'm DNFing. I'm bored. The 2 chapters that I read, one of them, they walked around an art gallery. That's it. Then in the second one, they left the art gallery. There's a lot of words to do nothing interesting. So I'm not going to continue reading because it's not a very interesting book. Which is a shame, because that's a fail for my book box battle. But also in a way kind of quite good that because that's the last romantasy box I'm going to get, at least I'm not like, oh, they suddenly got good, you know, because they haven't. Yeah, so on that kind of bum note, I'm going to wrap up this vlog because there's no point carrying it on now. It's been going for 2 weeks. So yeah, if you like this video, please do leave me a like, subscribe down below. If you made it this far, leave me like a bird emoji for the Run in the Holly Library. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.